Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Hasta Abajo podcast. I'm Meli Ortiz.
I'm Camila Ramon.
And today we have a really fun episode, the first of many to come.
The first of its kind, a full-blown Q&A session. These are all questions that you guys asked. I have it on my phone right now.
Yep.
And we're going to go through them.
Can't wait.
This was actually Meli's idea.
Was it?
Are you excited or are you nervous?
I'm both, actually, because I wonder what curveballs we're going to get.
I'm afraid. Anyway, I guess I'll start with the first question that jumped out at me. How do you stay grounded amidst the chaos that is living a very public, plugged-in career?
Ooh, that's such a good one.
So Melissa's like, she's on the pitch, she's creating social, she's on camera, on TV, she's interviewing players, she's prepping, she's traveling all the time. For reference, in case you didn't know what Meli's career was.
Literally. And there's been moments which are so special when, especially Latinas and Latinos, they come up to me at the stadium. Just the other day they did. And they're like, oh my God, I just want you to know, like, you're such an inspiration. Or I want to do, thanks girl, don't make me cry already. I want to do what you do, or like keep on being like representation of our culture. And those moments for me kind of make me be like, wow, like when you're in it, when you're in the mix, when you're in it, like in the moment, you don't realize what you're kind of going through and the sometimes like your representation or the platform that you have. Yeah. So for me, like staying grounded is literally just like always being humble. My dad had always told me growing up, because of playing soccer and stuff, he goes, Meli, it takes a really long time to get up, but you can go down very fast, just like a roller coaster.
That's so scary.
I know.
Bobby.
Literally, I'm like 10. I'm like, wait, what? No.
Can you relax, Dad?
Because my parents are business owners and they've gone through a lot. And I saw it first, like just first point of view, like seeing how much they went through. So my dad always tried to keep me humble just through that. So staying grounded for me is staying humble, but then also making sure that I'm focusing a lot like on my me time. Yeah. Even though sometimes I feel like I don't, but just giving like myself 20 minutes, just like nobody talk to me, because I think that helps me in the long run to deal with all of it. How about you?
How do you deal? Wait, I have another question. Yeah. This is a me question. How do you deal with like the negative comments that you get on social media? Because as like a woman that's forward facing in the sport of football, like it's very male dominated, and I think many women are underestimated when they're put in these positions, even though you have to be overqualified to be in a position that you are, versus if you had a male counterpart, arguably, you get what I'm trying to say.
Totally. I laugh at negative comments. I honestly like, no better way to say this, but I don't give a fuck, right? Like seriously.
Tell them.
No, literally. There's some that I'll like pick my battles with. Not like even a battle, just like I just want to like fuck with them.
I just feel like when you respond, they win.
No, but depends, because like it's how you respond. Yeah, sometimes they just make a joke out of it. Yeah. You know, there was this one that was recent. I'm trying to think exactly what they said, but I was just like, oh my God, it was a really negative comment. Like it was bad. And so I was just like, oh my gosh, thank you so much for your kind message. Yeah. That was it.
Yeah, that's my go-to as well.
That's how I do it. Okay, what about you? What helps you stay grounded?
It's very hard for me to like not get like lost in my work, because I love what I do so much, and I love connecting with the members, the people that take my classes, with people that I meet along the way. It's very easy for me to just like lose track of everything else in my life and like dive only into like work, especially because like this question says, we do have very plugged in careers, and you kind of have to be on at all times, whether I'm going into the studio or I'm going to an event where I know that people are gonna potentially come up to me and talk to me. Like I have to be ready to receive all the beautiful energy and not be like fucking around.
Like you were at the stadium. Like you were at the stadium.
Oh my God, you guys! I was at the FIFA
Club World Cup
final 2025 TM, and I was doing it my chicken tender dance, and then like a C-suite executive immediately, I was like literally twerking in the stadium, and then a C-suite executive came up to me and was like, oh my God, hi Camila. I was like, hey, what's up? I was like, oh my God, qué pena. But then his wife came up to me and she was like, oh my God, I love your classes. So I was like, okay, we're good. Yeah. They know who I am. I mean, they know who we are at the end of the day. Like I am who I am, and like they know what my classes are.
That's why people love you. Because you are who you are.
I hope so.
Doing the chicken dance or not doing the chicken dance?
Literally. But I like to go back to like my family, my making sure that I'm like taking care of my personal space. So like my house, we're on my couch right now. Like decorating my house, making sure that my space at home like feels nice.
Yeah.
Also making sure that I'm taking care of my mental health, whether that's non-negotiably making sure that I'm also training and taking care of myself, whether that's going for a run, doing weight training, all that stuff. And then also, you know, going to therapy, making sure that I'm meditating. I like to journal above all. I'm a big, like, I write things and I circle them. I think we talked about this before in the podcast.
I love that.
And then also just like remembering like my why, where I came from too, is extremely important, because not that I ever get distracted, but just whenever I need a reminder, if there's like any negative talk that's happening online, or like maybe like posted something and there's like haters, or like I read a negative comment and I let it get to me, I always come back to like the reason why I started this in the first place. And that's because of all of you guys on the other side that are, you know, listening or training with me, that I'm so grateful for. And so that we can be bigger, stronger, better baddies.
I love baddies.
All the bees.
I love that you said family though too, because I do think that well, at least, like my family and my husband help me stay grounded. Like they're the real reals that will tell you what's up, and keep you in check.
Yeah, Luciano too.
Sometimes I'm like, ugh, okay.
No, most of the times I'm like, oh, thank God. Life is not so bad when you go have some gnocchis with your abuela, is all I'm saying. And just like having a conversation over some mates with her and asking her for her perspective is always really nice.
Yeah.
And hobbies are really dope. Okay, so I have another question.
Okay.
For you. What keeps you up at night?
Oh, that was literally me last night. A flight being canceled.
Cancellation, floods in New Jersey.
No, literally.
The changing climate crisis.
Literally, my flight got canceled last night. It was supposed to be at like, I don't know, 6 p.m. Then all of a sudden it's like, your flight's delayed. And you know when if your flight gets delayed till like it keeps getting pushed and you're like, oh, I'm in that red area where it's like past 11 p.m. You're like, will pilots fly the plane?
Yeah.
You know, it's like, oh, and then it got canceled. And here I am though.
Yeah, but I'm happy that I got to hang out with you.
Me too. What keeps me up at night? It depends. It's never really anxiety about like the next day in terms of work. Like I feel like, for instance, the best example right now, I just covered the final of the FIFA Club World Cup. And it was a big day for me because I've never covered a final of a FIFA tournament on television before. So I was like pitch side.
Interviewing J Balvin.
Yes. And so the night before, Christian, I'm literally in bed about to go to sleep. Christian's like, how are you feeling? You know, I'm like, good. And he's like, are you nervous? I'm like, not really. Like, I feel really great.
Yeah.
So like that doesn't keep me up at night. It's more of like things that are kind of stressful, whether it's like, I don't know, big decisions or AKA investments that I'm like just doing. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, Meli's been investing, you guys.
Yeah, that's an episode for another pod.
We need to bring your financial advisor on, because 100%. I'm so sorry, but I forgot to respond to her email, hence why I have no retirement plan. LOL, don't worry, I'm gonna fix that this year.
I'm dead. Okay, so yeah, those are the things that really keep me up at night. Or like sometimes I'll worry about like, I don't know, my grandma's like about to turn 95 and I'm like, holy shit, we're all getting old.
Yeah.
But it's just like that. It's nothing too crazy.
Yeah.
Thankfully. How about you?
Over caffeinating.
Facts.
I learned to not drink caffeine after 2-3 p.m.
Yeah.
I think for me, it's more so like if I have something like exciting or like nerve-wracking or like a lot of travel the following day.
Yeah.
That happens. Also, like, let's just be honest. Sometimes I just like have my screens on later than I should.
Same.
I just like be on my phone, or even though I have an app blocker now, thank you so much.
Are you still using it?
I am, but I learned how to pause it. And then the app blocker, here's the problem. The problem is that the app blocker now added the option to pause, which is terrible for me, because I'd be like, yeah, I'll pause it for 15 minutes once, and then I'll pause it for 15 minutes twice, and then I'm on for like 30 minutes.
Yeah, so you're unblocking the app blocker.
Exactly. That's what keeps me up at night.
It would to
if
me
we're
too.
Being honest.
When you started doing it, I was like, oh my God, I need that in my life. Let me do it. I lasted a day.
Oh, you need to do it, especially like after like 8 p.m. Like that's when I like stop unblocking it. But I have it set from like 7 p.m.,
Yeah.
which is a long time to be off, you know.
Those are prime times.
I know, especially like if it's not work related. I'm just scrolling.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's move on
time.
because this is we did not start this conversation to bring shame to Camila today. Colombian or Argentinian empanadas?
I personally Argentinian. Yeah, girl.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
They do hit.
Because you guys also bake them.
Yeah, I love the baked.
I love the baked
They
empanada.
don't need to be fried. They're
No.
good enough.
But I'm not gonna lie, we do hit that ají game better than Argentina.
Like the salsita?
Yes.
Yeah, the salsita's fire. I would do be eating Argentinian empanadas because Luciano's mom is Nicaraguan with pico de gallo.
Oh.
And then there's also a Colombian spot by our house that sells empanadas, but they have the hojaldre ones, which I think are more similar to Argentinian ones. I don't know if you guys make the hojaldre ones in Colombia as well.
I don't know, but I know my grandma makes like a fusion kind of like.
Anyway, they're fire and they sell them with salsita, and the salsita always hits.
Yum. Yeah, so I'm going with Argentina on that one.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I have one for you.
Wait, I do have to give pan de bonos a shout out though.
Facts and arepas.
They're so good.
All right. Where do you ladies get your jewelry?
Oh, everywhere. But I think lately I've been getting my jewelry from a place called Kayla's Jewelry.
Oh.
And then also En Route Jewelry. I got from there recently.
I haven't heard of that.
All the ladies have it. It's like an Instagram ad, but,
sorry.
like it's no, I'm saying like everyone has the same like little cross or whatever.
Oh, okay.
So like if you get it, just know that you're gonna start seeing it in the street and you might regret your decision.
Gotcha.
And a lot of stuff is like from Argentina.
Yeah.
Like my rings are all from Argentina.
Yeah. So, I just had my wedding ring and I had an Aura ring. That's literally the rings I have today. My bracelets, all from Colombia.
I literally took a video of you the other day. I'm
You
like,
did.
tell me you're Colombian without telling me you're Colombian, and it was like all of your bracelets.
Literally. I had like
They're
more the
so
other day
cute.
and I was about to go on TV and one of the producers was like, those are cute bracelets, and like kind of staring at him, aka like I had a lot of them. I was like, girl, this is nothing.
Get used to it.
I also, long story short, I also used to have a bracelet business during my soccer playing career, and I still wear them because I still have some inventory that I honestly just felt like a big attachment to, and it keeps if we talked about staying humble, this keeps me humble. Sometimes I look down at my bracelets because it's literally my brand, and it's like, holy shit, like this is where I came from, like started, and I just love wearing my bracelets.
Those are super cute.
Yeah, right.
Do you have more?
Yeah, in Miami.
I want some.
Okay. And where else? I get like Gorjana. I like Gorjana a lot. Yeah. Although not like NGL, they do fade. And like, yeah, they
I just
bend.
I don't take the jewelry off.
Me
like if I'm
neither.
wearing it, it's until it turns and then I'm throwing it out if
Yeah.
I'm getting it like
So
that.
the quality isn't always the greatest, but the one thing I do respect about Gorjana is that if you bring it back to them, they will replace it.
Yeah.
So
I
I have
didn't
done
know
that
that.
before. Okay. Next question is, I want to embody you in your mantra. How can I be more like Camila? Positive, energized, and cool.
Oh my god! Stop. Thanks for calling me cool. Shit. I made a decision to live my life with levity,
Ooh.
and I kind of just like stuck to it. I also like I got a tattoo after my cousin passed away that he was a clown and he lived his life with a lot of levity. Naturally, obviously, he was a clown, but he was also an actor, and he was a very like beautiful human being to be around because he just exuded this positive energy always, and he was like super engaged and entertaining. Not that we all need to be entertainers or clowns, but it's a reminder to show up in that way with light and with levity, because I just made a conscious effort that I have one life. I naturally grew up with a lot of anxiety. If you've taken my classes before, you know that I like struggled a lot with my mental health, and particularly with anxiety and anxiety attacks, because I put a lot of pressure of myself. Shout out immigrant children. And I lived a lot of my life like not enjoying the day to day and the little moments in between. When I had something amazing happen to me, I would always be waiting for the moment that it was like taken away, or I wouldn't celebrate things as they happened to me because I was afraid that they would be like taken away, literally. Or like I wasn't allowed to like celebrate until it was like official. Like even when I got my Peloton job, I was like, okay, I'm gonna be super present, I'm gonna be da da da, and like I, looking back on it, like I really wasn't so much. Like I was like, oh, you know, we have like a training period or whatever where like you could technically be fired, but like they all loved me and everyone was giving me positive, amazing energy. And I was like, no, but unless this training period's over, then I can't celebrate. And I'm like, but when are you gonna celebrate, bitch? And it wasn't until I actually like grounded myself a little bit more when I was shooting my launch video, that we were listening to like Bomba Stereo and like literally Lee Salmet, who I love, and we interviewed here on the podcast, and I told her this, like her music allowed me to just like be more present in what I was doing. And after I joined Peloton, like levity was one of my personal mantras that I shared in some classes, but it's more of something like personal to me. And also like I have these like 2 posters that I bought when I was in Argentina with my cousin. One says liviandad, which is levity, and the other one says silencio, which means silence. Sometimes we just have to tell our brain to shut the fuck up.
Literally. Try to tell myself that every day.
Literally. And I think that coming back to like why I'm doing things and like all of the amazing things that I have to celebrate about my life, whether I am where I quote unquote want to be or not, and all the people on the other side or the people in my community that I'm inspiring, always brings me back to like joy and always allows me to show up with the energy that I want to show up, which is big and crazy in me, because I know that what I'm doing affects people on the other side. And even if you're not an instructor or you're not somebody who is like public facing in this way, the actions that you take and the decisions that you make every day affect your household, they affect your family, they affect your friends, they affect your neighbors. So you can choose to be that person that elevates and makes people feel better after interacting with them.
Love that. So good. That was a great answer.
What about you? I feel like
no, that one was for you. That one was for you.
I know, but like you, Meli, I also admire you so much because I've said this before on the podcast. Like you're such like a positive human being. You're a very positive person. So is there anything about what I just said? There's an ant on my couch.
Really?
I flicked it on your foot. My foot. Oh my god, no, you're fine.
Okay. I'm not gonna lie, like, yeah, I try to be as positive as possible. There are moments that I am a little negative Nancy, right? And we all go through that. But I think being positive is also being grateful. Like I wake up every morning like with gratefulness.
Yeah.
Not to
Gratitude?
sound
is gratefulness a word?
Yes.
Oh,
yeah.
okay, great.
Not to sound cheesy as hell, but it's true. Like I legitimately and I say it even like when I post photos like of my job, I'm like, oh my God, like pinch myself. Like I love what I do. And I'm so grateful for so many things, even when shit's rough. Like there have been times where I've gotten no's. There have been times where I didn't have a job, you know, and even finding the little things in life that I would be grateful for, be it health, you know, be it my partner, be it my family, like even the sun outside, you know, like there's certain things that I just always look to find that type of gratitude. And I think that really just is what helps me have that type of positivity in my life.
Yeah.
But also it's about the people that you surround yourself with.
Right.
And I was having this conversation just the other day. Like you have to surround yourself with people that are going to not only make you happy, but also make you a better person.
Yeah.
And motivate you to be a better person.
Yeah.
Like you are the average of like the 7 people that you associate yourself with. And I'm a big believer in that. Like if I'm not, are you this type of person? Like if I meet someone on that first, I'm a big first vibe person, you know? I have like a first vibe radar. And it's pretty accurate.
Don't have that.
You don't? It's pretty
Help
accurate.
me.
It's pretty accurate.
Really?
Yeah. So if I don't like vibe, like I will never be mean. I'll always be like cordial and everything. But like, I don't know. I just stick with like a really great tribe at the end of the day. And I just won't let some like negative or like bad vibe person kind of in my circle. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, that's good.
Yeah.
We need to have a separate episode on teaching us how to detect the vibras because I be making mistakes. Straight up.
Okay, I love this question. Because we could both answer this. Do you ever have imposter syndrome? If yes, how do you manage through it?
Ooh, yes. Honestly, you just keep doing it. You do it and you have to show up. I think that I honestly I stopped having as much imposter syndrome now than I did before. I would say before, when I had more anxiety, or before when I was always thinking about what could go wrong, I had a lot more imposter syndrome. But today, I just feel why are we gonna waste time thinking about why we're not enough, when the reality is that you set limits for yourself. You are the person that decides what it is that you can do or cannot do with your life. There's absolutely no reason why, if you do not prepare yourself, if you do not take things seriously, that you should not be given opportunities. To some people, those opportunities are given in advance, maybe when you feel less prepared, but you are being put into rooms and into situations and into conversations for a specific reason. So you have to understand that an opportunity might also only be given to you once. You have to take advantage. And if you're scared and you say no to an opportunity just because you're scared, that is probably the dumbest thing that you can do.
Totally.
You just have to sit tall, sit proud, hype yourself up.
Speaking of sitting tall, as I'm getting
posture,
up, I'm literally
I got terrible posture. Sit tall, sit proud, hype yourself up, and then you don't have to make pretend like you're something you're not. You're allowed to also say I don't know about that just yet. But I if you're willing to learn and you're willing to grow, that's just why not? Yeah. Why not you?
I have had it. I have suffered from imposter syndrome. I think that, and I finally realized it, that I was feeling not insecure, but not as much confidence in certain situations.
Yeah.
And it's because granted, I didn't play for the US women's national team. I'm the minority usually at the table, being not only female, but also Latina, and usually one of the only Latinas or the only Latina at the table. And for a few years, it on and off would come. And then it didn't actually happen till recently. I went to a dinner and I'm surrounded by mostly all women, but badass women. I'm talking to you gold medalists.
Melissa do be getting invited to some crazy ass dinners. I'm how are you?
I don't know. And so I was just wow, these are also women I've looked up to for such a long time. And I felt a little bit imposter syndrome. But then I literally sat back in that same moment. I'll never forget this. And it was a small table. It wasn't a 20 person long rectangular thing. It was intimate. Maybe we were 8 to 10. And that's when the moment hit me where I was wow, I got a seat at the table.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's when you're in school and you're at the school cafeteria and you're just you don't strive to be to have a seat at the table. You're just you want to surround yourself with friends, good people, all that stuff.
Yeah.
And I realized, wow, this is insane. It's happened over the past, I don't know, few years. And it just reminds me, when you have a seat at the table, even when you're, on your way in building your career and all that stuff, you got to lead and show with confidence.
Yeah.
And you have to remind yourself. So in those moments when I do, even to this day, have imposter syndrome, I'll say to myself, girl, you earned this.
Yeah.
You earned to be here. You deserve to be here.
You work so hard.
Exactly. Yeah. And everybody has their own journeys and everybody has their own ups and downs and yeses and nos. But I say it, and even in recent events that I've been at with crazy, I don't know, World Cup champions and all this stuff, incredibly famous people and celebrities, just you've earned it. You deserve to be here. You have a seat at the table. So.
They should be excited or nervous to
Girl,
meet you.
yeah.
Okay. That's my friend Melissa, all right? Okay, I have a question for you. What is the number one thing people underestimate about you?
Oh, shoot. Underestimate. I don't know.
I have my answer.
Okay, go. You go first.
For me, it's always been my ability to improve.
Love.
Yeah. I think people underestimate my work ethic, and they think that because I might not be great right now, I won't be great in the future, but I will put my fucking head down and I will work hard as fuck and I will outwork every hoe in these streets.
You heard it.
I pride myself in allowing myself to suck. I pride myself in giving myself time and patience to be really bad, but I also pride myself in like the amount of time. I'm a person who cares. I'm not like a girly that maybe some people in my past might argue this, but like I'm not a person who's like naturally just like a talent. Some people might argue that. They might see something about me. Like, I don't consider myself to be that way.
Yeah.
I consider my greatest talent to be my work ethic and the fact that I won't give up.
I love that.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to think about mine. TBH. I don't know. That's a really great question. I'm going to circle back on this one. Can I? No. Give me some ideas.
No. People underestimate about you. Has anybody ever made you feel bad about?
Yeah, for sure. In my job. Yeah. Okay. Maybe one of the things that people I have dealt with being underestimated is in my role, like analyzing soccer, especially like as a female broadcaster. I think even years ago, now it's becoming more, thank God, like norm that women are in this position. But yeah, it was like a big thing. I don't know. I would just like either A, not get opportunities, or B, like not really be relied upon for like certain roles or games and stuff like that. But obviously, over time you prove yourself and you work hard, like you said.
Yeah.
But I think, in different industries, we deal with that as women and Latinas, or not Latinas. And it's like a constant, like you have to prove yourself and like show that you deserve to be there, or I don't know, have that role. So I think that's probably one of the things that sticks out to me the most. That, or I don't know, like my dancing game. No, I'm kidding.
She knows how to twerk.
Not as good as you. Girl, you're like a pro dancer.
A little bit back in the day. Yeah. I really love this question for you, Melissa.
Okay.
Meli has inspired me to venture into female sports. I live in Connecticut and want to take my 6-year-old daughter to a soccer game. Any upcoming ones she would recommend?
Oh my God, I love this so much. Wait, where is it?
It's not cute. Connecticut.
Oh, heck yeah. I mean, Connecticut is so close to New York. And New York is such a great city to enjoy all sports, and especially women's sports. So Gotham FC is the women's pro soccer team, and they play their games in Jersey.
Yeah.
At what was Red Bull Arena, which is now Sports Illustrated Stadium or Arena, something like that. WNBA, like the Liberty, those games are lit. Like I love a Liberty game.
They are lit.
So fun. So get yourself to Brooklyn and take your daughter to a Liberty game. They're awesome. Now there's women's professional hockey that I have yet to go to, which I hear is also a lot of fun. But I love to hear this question because it's all about inspiring the next generation. And
girls in sport.
Yes. And like to have your daughter who's 6 years old go and witness other girls or other women playing sports, it's going to impact her for life.
100%.
So, yay!
What was the stat that it was like most women in C-suite positions had played sports as girls, right?
Yeah.
Slay. Yep. So take advantage.
90 something percent.
Yeah. Insane.
Okay. How do you find confidence in a new career? You have the best vibes.
I always tell myself when I would start a new job, I would be like, okay, I'm going to suck for 3 months. There's going to be 3 months that it's going to be like are very challenging, where I'm learning the ropes, where it's gonna be like I'm gonna have to be up at night late studying for the following day, so that when I come in I know my shit, and like people would be like, oh yeah, she's on her game. I'm gonna wake up early to make sure that I review anything that I need to review, or that I get my workout in so I'm in the right mindset before I show up for work. I'm gonna make sure that when I'm in there I'm being productive and efficient with my time, and that I ask questions. I'm never afraid to like ask questions in a new job, but I think that that's like my rule of thumb. And I've told everybody that, like, who's starting like, especially like a corporate job, there's so many differences in like new companies that you might join. And I've worked corporate before, but even in this position, I gave myself a little bit longer leeway to suck at Peloton when I first started. But I was like, I'm going to give myself a year or whatever to like be just like beginner. But yeah, that's like my rule. So like 3 months, and like don't like to not get frustrated with myself when I'm starting something new, especially like a new career that takes a lot of brain power.
Yeah.
And then similarly, I do use that as well for like starting any like fitness kind of situation. For example, for running, I always say like the first 2 weeks are gonna really suck. Like beyond, if you're being
Yeah.
consistent, 2 weeks, if you're being inconsistent, it might potentially suck for longer.
Literally.
So if you're being consistent with running, like the first 2 weeks are gonna completely suck, and then all of a sudden you're gonna be like, oh, things are clicking. Like I'm going on this 2 mile run, and like it's starting to feel a little less like death. Yes. And then eventually like you can start pushing your pace or whatever. I think that really relates to starting a new job as well.
Patience is a virtue.
Yeah. What about you?
I was once told this by a coach way back when: if you fail to prepare, be prepared to fail.
Right.
And I love that so much because it's also helped me in my like post-playing career.
Yeah.
When I was playing, it was all about obviously getting in the time to practice, doing your fitness to make sure you're fit and can endure a crazy long game. And now like post-playing career, I have to study so much.
You study so much, bitch.
I know. And no, and to be honest, I fucking hate studying.
I could never do your job.
I can't believe I do my job. Because if you look at my SAT and my ACT scores, girl.
Oh, I don't even remember what mine were.
I don't even want to resurface
But I
them.
did take AP classes in high school.
Yeah, and I did IB. But it was just like, I'm not a good test taker. I'm more of like a long-term girly. You know, long, like looking
Play the long
Play
game.
the long game.
Yeah, okay.
And so thankfully in soccer, you kind of have long game because you have like more time to study, but you're also following different games and leagues and stuff all year round. So long story short, I think for me, what gives me confidence in pressure moments is relying on the knowledge that I have and the preparation that I've done. And when I say preparation too, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a great procrastinator.
Oh, same.
Great procrastinator.
I wish procrastinating was a career.
Same.
I'd be the CEO of Procrastination Inc.
And I'd be the CMO. Yeah, so that's really that. And then when it comes to just like mantras, I say to myself like things that will help me get through moments of like nervousness, like I said before, just like you deserve to be here, like confidence. Or there was this one time where I was about to do a game and I was actually really nervous because I had to do a hit just looking at the camera and talking about whatever I had to talk about. And I just remember saying like, breathe in confidence, like breathe out fear and stuff like that. Yeah. And those help. It really does.
That's great, because every time I try to do something on air, my throat closes up. So maybe I'll try that next time.
This is a really great question.
I'm scared.
It might be my favorite.
Yeah? Okay.
¿Cuándo van a hacer un in-person event como un live podcast? When are we going to do a live person pod?
I don't know. I really want to do that. We could throw a party in Miami.
Girl.
That would be lit.
Say less.
We should fucking do a party in Miami.
We should. Maybe
That's a great idea.
podcast and a party. Podcast party perreo.
There you go. Triple P's. Triple P's.
Love.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
How did you guys meet? If you guys want to know how we met, check out episode 1. We talk all about it. I have a good one. What's the best way to navigate the unknown? That's deep.
Yeah. You fucking swim.
Yeah, you just gotta
swim
blind sometimes. Something that I say in class often that I think has been really true to my life and my journey is oftentimes in life we feel like we need to quit right before that point where before that turning point. So when you're climbing, right? So, and this happened to me a lot when I was actually like trail running in California. Ooh. I would go trail running and it's like we would do like 12-mile trail runs. So it's like 6 miles uphill, 5,000 feet of elevation gain. It was fucking insane. And it was one of my favorite things to do. One, because you're so disconnected, but two, also because it's like such a mind fuck and a mental push right before you're about to get to the peak, which you absolutely don't really know when it's coming. It kind of like looks like you're gonna hit the peak and then it might be a saddle on the mountain or whatever. Like, especially if it's cloudy, you don't know when that's gonna hit. And that's when you're most likely to turn around and go back down, or when you want to do it the most. So when times get really tough and you're working through moments of uncertainty and you are unsure what it is that you need to do, you just got to keep fucking going. You got to keep going, and you got to be trusting yourself and not judging a reroute as a failure, just understanding that maybe that wasn't the direction that you were supposed to go at that time, but there are many other opportunities, many other doors that could open for you. Looking back on my life, every single redirection where I was like devastated, I would cry, I was frustrated, it saved me from something and it led me to where I'm supposed to be.
I think for me, it's gut feeling. Like, just go with what your gut is telling you to do, whether it's like decision making, whether it's more than decision making, like even I don't know, like things about feelings about certain, whether it's jobs, people, positions, offers, etc. So I definitely lean a lot towards my gut, but then I also like to swim in the waters, and like you learn, and then you know, over time you obviously get to learn not only more about yourself, but like about what you are doing or the situation at hand. So I think like going through it, that's the best experience, and you only learn with time.
I have one more question for you, Meli.
Yeah.
What do you envision the future of women's sports will look like in 10 years in Latino America?
Ooh, that's a good question.
That's a great question.
Especially like in Latino America. If we zoom out a little bit, the growth of women's sports has been insane. Not only like just around the world, but also like in Europe and in North America. I'm telling you, like, numbers, even when you look at business numbers, it's like 300% growth in like 1 year, whether it's like media or like viewership, or it's ticket sales and it's sponsorship dollars and all that. So I think that this is going to have an incredible trickle effect on other continents, and more specifically South America. And we've already been seeing it in terms of like viewership, whether that be like television or even attendance at games. Like, literally, this past year, last year, there was a U20, that's an under 20 like age group women's World Cup in Colombia. And they were selling out stadiums. This is a youth soccer event for national teams. So it's a pretty big deal that like the excitement's there. So I can't wait for in 10 years to see where the growth of like women's sports is going to be in South America. And I think there's going to be also a lot of investment dollars that are going to be sprinkled around the world. Like right now, there's different investment opportunities in the UK, in Europe, in the US. Pro leagues and teams are being invested heavily on. Valuation of teams have gone from $2 million to $100 million and $200 million within the past.
Shit, I gotta invest, man.
Yeah. So I'm excited, and I hope I'm a big part of, or not a big part, but at least like your granito de arena, you know, of the growth of it, and especially in South America.
I love that.
Yeah.
I'm so excited to see what happens as well. I think we should end this on one very important question.
Okay.
What are you wearing underneath your workout leggings? Maybe we'll do one more.
Didn't I ask you this the other day? Remember when I asked you?
What did you ask me?
I literally go, girl, how do you not show sweat in your non-black colored leggings?
Oh yeah.
That was a good question.
Answer to that was good quality leggings. Yes. But also like not giving a fuck because we all sweat.
Yes.
And like, I know I'm a woman. We got our parts. Like, I got a vagina. What do you want from me? Like, I wear a thong underneath.
Okay.
And then if there's like a particular class that I'm teaching, actually one of the instructors sent me a link to like anti-camel toe underwear to protect your labias from the people of the internets. And they actually work, except at one point I think I was like sitting on it, and it's like, you know those like bra pads that are like a little thicker? It's like the same but for your vag.
Oh.
So I was like sitting on it, and at one point like my vagina did look a little square, but it's okay, because like if you're looking that closely you're the problem, not my labia. Okay, thank you so much.
On that note,
is that the end, or should we do one more? I have one more question. Meli wants to end it.
Okay.
I think also people want to know. Let's talk about. Hablemos por fin de los abs de Melissa.
Oh,
Like, let's talk about your abs.
Okay, let's do it.
She says, "Danos los secretos."
Man, to be honest, the secret is like really good genes. I think my dad used to have abs, and he kind of still does when he starts working out again.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, they're popping out, daddy.
Yeah.
My dad was a mechanic, never like lift weights, never did exercise, but
And he still had abs?
He was ripped.
There you go.
But parts are heavy, like lifting
Yeah.
heavy parts. So like it kind of was, like a workout, but not really.
Being an Olympic athlete?
Yeah, I think actually being an athlete obviously is probably the reason why, because my brothers don't have abs. Out of the three of us, I'm one that was blessed with a strong core. Since I was little, I have always I was taught to have a strong core, meaning I had this one coach when I was like literally 12, and he goes, if you have a strong core, you'll have a strong shot. So like I would kick, you could kick the ball strong.
Yeah.
And I'm like, say less. Like I'm a rip out crunches because I want to kick the ball hella hard.
Yeah.
And I was really scrawny. I was incredibly skinny, like compared to every other girl on the team. But I had one of the strongest shots, which is so insane. So I'm wondering if his like thesis was like actually correct and proven. And so we would hold 2-minute planks at like literally age
2 minutes is disgusting.
At age 14, we were holding 2-minute planks.
It's insane.
And then I don't know, like just playing soccer. I think the way also that I've realized that I breathe, even when I'm running to this day, like the way I breathe, the way I engage my core, even when like talking and like laughing.
Yeah.
It's like just engaged naturally. I don't know.
Yeah, I think too, like people forget that a lot of it has to do with genetics and also like nutrition and where your body holds on to weight a little bit more. I think the most important thing to remember is to focus on being the strongest and most confident version of yourself. Even if we do the same training regimen, even if we eat the same things, our bodies are going to look different. So comparing yourself to Melissa's abs is
please don't
crazy.
Yeah.
She's an incredible athlete. She's a beautiful person.
Thanks.
Inside and out. I'm not ovulating today. Maybe I am. I don't know. I don't really try.
But also, I also do have cellulite. Like, I just want to make this point here that I don't know, whatever everybody sees either on socials or, you see models, you see whatever, you see me with abs, like we are all human beings here.
Yeah.
And so we, like you just said, like you carry weight or you carry, I don't know, everybody's bodies are different. So like where my upper body is way more ripped, my lower body isn't as like tone defined, whatever. And I have
arguably,
and I have cellulite and it's normal.
Yeah. Just don't compare yourself to anybody that you see on the internet.
Yes,
I want to encourage you and empower you to always have goals, especially like if you have physical goals, that's okay, but just make sure that they're coming from a place of love and not from a place of comparison, from a place of, knowledge of wanting to get stronger, making sure that you're feeding your body appropriately to power your workouts and to power your life, and to remember to always love yourself in the process. Yeah?
Amen.
So we actually have so many questions left over. I think we need to do another one of these episodes for sure. If we have enough time a little bit later in the season, we can.
Yeah.
But if you guys also have questions, maybe, and there's a lot of things that you guys want answered, like hit us up. Like we would be down to also include like a little Q&A potentially at the end of another episode, for example, like something a little bit shorter.
Yes, I would love that.
But this has been so nice to like hear what you guys are thinking about. And we hope that, our insight was at least a little bit empowering or helpful.
For sure. And keep sliding in our DMs, and more specifically into the Hasta Abajo podcast Instagram.
Yeah.
Hit us up in our inbox and send us your questions because we'll keep them on hand, like you just said, for the end of our next episodes.
Yay! Well, ladies, gents, and everyone in between, we love you so much. Thank you so much for joining us. This was our latest episode of Hasta Abajo. And we'll catch you next time.
Hasta abajo, hasta abajo, hasta abajo,
hey,
hasta abajo.
Hey. Hasta Abajo is an iHeart women's sports production in partnership with Deep Blue Sports and Entertainment.
For more podcasts, listen to the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen to your favorite shows.